Today we are discussing the goofy black male. The goofy black male. I like to have a little bit of variety. Sometimes we talk about the whites. Sometimes we talk about the Arabs. Sometimes we talk about black women. Today, it's the goofy black male. And my least favorite goofy characters, the male, is number one. Women and children. I get it. Enjoy, laugh. Ha 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 ha. But you're a grown man. You need to take a level of seriousness to life, especially if you're a black male for a number of reasons. You might be sitting there asking yourself, Marquette, oh, darling, how did you come upon such a topic? Why are we speaking of this? The blacks do not like to be criticized. They'll call you various names just for speaking of what they do, darling. Why do you put yourself at such risk? Well, I do it because I have served the black people over many, many years. They are my people, and because I've served them, I can speak about them, and I will. And many of the things that I talk about, I'm actually working on in real life. I know it's a unique thing. Unlike, say, a Charlie Kirk or a Nerd Fuentes, I actually work to help the people that I criticize. I'm not just talking reckless about them. I want to show you what prompted this, and I want to show you guys a couple things that evidence precisely why you should not be a goofy black male, and also that goofy black males, it's a thing. I call it a syndrome. Clinical immaturity is the term that I've coined for this. So if you would, let's take a look at the original reel that prompted me to have this conversation. If you'd confirm that you're able to see and hear the video once I pop it on screen. There we go. Okay. And just confirm that you can hear once it starts playing. Refresh that so we can get it from the beginning.
Hey, how fast does they go? Oh, damn.
This is immaturity. I remember when I was a youngster, you're 12, 11, 13, you're around your uncles, you're around your father, and you're joking too much, and they might just slap you in the back of your head and tell you to tighten up. Or they might say, like, don't play with grown folks. And today we have a lot of males that are doing pranks, and they're all goofy. They write LOL on everything. Everything's an emoji. Like, they're living like an emoji in real life. And frankly, it's inappropriate and it's immature. We're suffering clinical immaturity. I want to encourage the women out there, get with men who are masculine. See, you're dealing with the Amish. They're riding by in a way that is appropriate for their culture, and you're playing games with them. You're not being sincere. You're joking around. You're recording them. It's like, have some decency and respect. And a lot of the things we observe like this is not just black folks, but me as a black man, I'm particularly annoyed because, like, you misrepresent my identity. So I want to encourage you guys, mess with this ism. Marquettism is for the kids. Marquettism saves lives. You dig? You need to raise your kids on this ism, especially your sons, because this kind of effeminate, goofy, trickster mentality, this is not adult. This is manly. Comments below.
Hey, how fast?
Now, I want to point out a couple things. Number one, you're observing the Amish there, right? These are people who take out their time to separate themselves from the society. Yes? From the blacks, from the Asians, from the Latinos, from the Arabs, and from the whites. They've separated themselves. They call those people worldly. Yes? They've also decided to step away from modern technology, knowing that it causes things that destroy families. This modern technology isolates us, separates us, pushes us away from God and that which is natural. These are a God-fearing people, a separatist people, a people seeking to mind their own business. And then you come interrupting their peace. They're quietly getting on in the way that they live. And you come here loud and laughing, bothering them. Huh? asking stupid questions. I have a course. It's called the Master Communicator course. Not only does it teach you how to communicate interpersonally, teaches you how to debate, teaches you how to engage in the workplace, but most importantly, it teaches you how to think before you speak and ask yourself, for what purpose do I speak? For what purpose am I opening my mouth as a man? What is my goal? So you hear dummies in the comments. It was just a question. Men don't just ask questions. Men have purpose. Men open their mouths for a purpose. It used to be said that women talk a lot. Children talk a lot, but not men. Men speak with purpose. Got this goofy black rascal. How fast it go? Do you need to know the answer to that? Or are you just interrupting a peaceful people with your foolish, immature antics and then laughing, and then posting strangers on the internet who don't want anything to do with you? They don't want to be on the internet. They don't want to be bothered. You probably look like some kind of demon to these people. And you are. Huh? Come on now. And then you have a multitude of immature males, probably the kind that play video games, in the chat trying to defend this kind of foolishness because they were not raised and mentored and brought up by real masculine men. You boys are pranksters. Now let's go ahead and take a look here. Let's take a look. Now, mind you, I have a large black male audience, but they're not tuning into this one. I wonder why. People hate the truth. Nobody likes the truth. What? The truth? Nobody likes that. Let's take a look at what these weirdos are saying. And I want you to note that none of them wanted to show up because they're not manly. So the caption, have you noticed the goofy black man phenomenon? I surely have noticed it. Wherein grown black men are pranking and being childish instead of being an example. Yes? See, what they don't realize is that we're not all the same. We're not all the same. It's very clear. You can look at us and tell. Some of us are Asian. Some of us are black. Some of us are white. Some of us are Latino. We're not the same. We're different nations. And you have these goofy black males misrepresenting the nation. When you're engaging the Amish, you're certainly a representative of a nation. These people are barely even American in the sense that they don't like to even participate in mainstream American lifeways. So you represent your nation as a goofy male. And here's the embarrassment. You're driving in an automobile that if it broke down, you couldn't fix it. You can barely afford it. You're financing it. And you're driving next to someone who can completely repair the automobile that they're in. They can maintain the beast of burden that pulls the automobile. From their own hand, they grow their foods. You're talking to a fairly complete man while being a complete fool. Come on now. Come on now. It's disgusting. And people sometimes more quick, you can't say that about black people. Hell yeah, I can. And I mean every bit of it. Especially the black male. Because half of you are imbeciles. And I have to suffer. Because when the big homies show up, you hear me? It's all boss level when I show up. The white balls looking at me thinking I'm stupid, like you. They think I'm you. Dumb, not timely, irresponsible, thoughtless, goof.